Namaste, welcome, and aloha. Welcome to the verse titled The Three Modes and the Supreme Person, Ultimate Benefit from the Form of Goodness. Yes. In the previous verse, we learned that the wise constantly perform devotional service with supreme delight. Now, this verse explains the relationship between the Supreme Person and the three modes of material nature and reveals that ultimate benefit comes from worshipping Vishnu, the form of goodness. This verse teaches the transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature, and for creation, maintenance, and destruction. He accepts the forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of goodness. This is a teaching about the cosmic functions and the path to liberation. Let us explore this profound verse. First, the verse in its original Sanskrit. Sattavam rajastam iti prakrutir gunastai rayukt purush ek ehaste datte sthiti yadaye hariviryechi hariti sangya shreyansi tatru kalu sattatvatanor nirna se. These words reveal the cosmic arrangement and the path to ultimate benefit. Let us understand what they teach. Now, let us go through the raw form of English translation of the verse. The translation: the transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature, passion, goodness, and ignorance. For the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts the three qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. This is a statement about cosmic functions and spiritual benefit. Let us explore what this means. Now, let us look at some core teaching of this verse. This, this verse describes the relationship between the Supreme Person and the material modes and reveals the path to liberation. First, the three modes Sattvam Rajastama iti Prakrite Guna. Sattvam means goodness, Rajas means passion, Tama means ignorance, darkness. Iti means thus. Prakriti means of material nature. Guna means qualities, modes. Sattvam Rajastama iti Prakriti Guna. Goodness, passion, and ignorance are the three modes of material nature. Second, the Supreme Person's relationship. Taiho yuktaho, purushaho ekaho. Taiho means with them, by them. Yukta means associated, connected. Paraha means transcendental, supreme. Purusha means person. Ekaha means one. Tayo yuktaha paraha purusha ekaha, the one supreme transcendental person, is associated with them. He is parahu, transcendental, beyond the modes, but he is yuktahu, associated with them for a purpose. Third, the purpose, iha asya sthiti adedhate. Iha means here in this world, asya means of this, sthiti means maintenance, adaya means for creation, etc. Date means he accepts, he assumes. Iha asya sthiti ade dhatte, here in this world, for creation, maintenance, and destruction. He assumes forms. Fourth, the three forms. Hari Virinchi Hara iti Sajanya. Hari means Vishnu, Virinchi means Brahma, Hara means Shiva, Iti means thus, Sapchanya means names, designations. Hari Virinchi Hara iti Sajanya, the names Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. Brahma for creation, Vishnu for maintenance, Shiva for destruction, tamas. Fifth, the ultimate benefit. Shreyansi tatra kalu sattvatanoho narnamsio. Shreyansi means ultimate benefit, highest good. Tatra means there, among them. Kalu means certainly, indeed. Sattvatanoho means from the form of goodness, Nrna means for human beings. Syuh means are derived, come from. Shreyamsi tatra kalu, sattvatanoho enrnamsu. The ultimate benefit for human beings certainly comes from the form of goodness. The verse teaches the Supreme Person, though transcendental, accepts three forms: Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva for cosmic functions. But ultimate benefit comes from Vishnu, the form of goodness. This is the path to liberation. Worship Vishnu, not the other forms. Now let us look at some modern scientific parallels. This ancient teaching has profound parallels in modern systems theory and philosophy. First, consider the concept of functional differentiation in systems theory. Complex systems often have specialized subsystems for different functions: creation, maintenance, destruction, or renewal. The verse teaches one supreme person, Parash Purushash Ekaha, assumes three forms, Hari Virinchi Hara, for three functions: Sthiti Adaya, creation, maintenance, destruction. Second, consider the principle of conservation and transformation in physics. Systems require energy for creation, stability for maintenance, and transformation for renewal. The verse teaches Rajas, passion for creation through Brahma; Sattva, goodness for maintenance through Vishnu; tamas, ignorance for destruction through Shiva. Third, consider research on psychological modes and well being. Studies show that different mental states, active, balanced, inert, lead to different outcomes. Balanced states promote well being. The verse teaches Shreyansi Sattva Tanoho, ultimate benefit comes from Sattva, the mode of goodness, the balanced state. Fourth, consider the concept of transcendence in philosophy and psychology. True freedom comes not from engaging with the system, but from transcending it while understanding it. The verse teaches Parahaf Purusha, the Supreme Person, is transcendental. He is Yuktaha associated with the modes, but he is Paraha beyond them. Fifth, consider systems thinking about leverage points. In complex systems, some intervention points are more effective than others for achieving desired outcomes. The verse teaches among the three forms, Shreyansi Sattvatano, ultimate benefit, comes from the form of goodness, Vishnu. This is the leverage point for liberation. Let us now move on to some practical application as it relates to this verse. How do we apply this teaching in our daily lives? First, understand that the Supreme Person is one, though he appears in many forms. Paraha Purushaha Ekaha, one supreme transcendental person. Don't be confused by the many forms and names. The source is one. Second, recognize the three modes operating in your life: Sattvam, Rajas, Tama, goodness, passion, ignorance. Sometimes you're in Rajas active, passionate, restless; sometimes in Tamas, lazy, ignorant, inert; sometimes in Sattva, peaceful, clear, balanced. Third, understand that different forms serve different functions: Brahma for creation, Vishnu for maintenance, Shiva for destruction. If you need creative energy, you might invoke Brahma. If you need to destroy bad habits, Shiva. But for ultimate benefit, Vishnu. Fourth, seek ultimate benefit, not temporary relief. Shreyamsi, ultimate benefit. Not just temporary help. You can worship different demigods for temporary benefits, but for liberation, for ultimate benefit, worship Vishnu. Fifth, cultivate the mode of goodness. Sattva Tanov, from the form of goodness. Increase sattva in your life: cleanliness, regularity, truthfulness, compassion. This prepares you for worship of Vishnu. Now let us look at how this verse can help our young people. For young people navigating life's choices, this verse offers profound guidance. Modern culture presents many paths, many authorities, many goals. The verse teaches Paraha Purushaha Ekaha. There is one supreme person, one ultimate source. Don't be confused by the multiplicity. Seek the one source. The verse teaches Shreyamsi Sattvatano's ultimate benefit comes from the mode of goodness. If you want lasting benefit, not just temporary success, cultivate goodness, integrity, clarity, balance, compassion. The verse teaches Hari Vishnu, the maintainer, the form of goodness. Connect with Vishnu through devotional service. This brings ultimate benefit, not just temporary achievement. The verse teaches Nirnam for human beings. This teaching is specifically for humans. You have the capacity to choose. Choose the path of ultimate benefit is. Now let us look at how this verse can help our older generation folks. For those with more life experience, this verse offers clarity about the ultimate goal. You likely worship different forms for different purposes: success, health, prosperity. The verse teaches Shreyamsi Tatrakalu Sattvatanoho, ultimate benefit certainly comes from the form of goodness for ultimate liberation, not just temporary relief. Focus on Vishnu. The verse teaches Parahaf Purusha, the Supreme Person, is transcendental. You're seeking transcendence, freedom from material bondage. This comes from the transcendental person, not from material arrangements. The verse teaches Sthiti Adaye for creation, maintenance, destruction. You've experienced the cycle: creation, maintenance, destruction, birth, life, death. To transcend the cycle, worship Vishnu. The verse teaches Ekahe one. All the forms you worshipped are ultimately one. Focus on that one supreme person in his form of goodness. In conclusion, we can say this verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam reveals the cosmic arrangement and the path to ultimate benefit. The transcendental personality of Godhead accepts three forms: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva for creation, maintenance, and destruction. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of goodness. Don't be confused by multiplicity. The source is one. Don't seek only temporary benefits. Seek ultimate liberation. Don't worship in ignorance or passion. Worship in goodness. Focus your devotion on Vishnu, the form of goodness. This brings Shreyamsi ultimate benefit, complete liberation. Thank you for exploring this verse with me. Thank you, Namaste, and Mahalo for joining me in this exploration of this verse. The three modes and the Supreme Person, ultimate benefit from the form of goodness. Now we will move on to next verse.